Hey guys, the Cod Guy here, and today we're reviewing Absloute Batman Volume 1, and let me tell you, even I'm afraid to review this. This guy looks like a freaking demigod. But please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and let's get to it. Hello again, Gotham. It's been a long time. So, who are you these days? Who have you become while I was gone? You're prettier, I'll give you that. Taller, brighter, but deep down, something's changed. My third lap around, and I still can't find it. You used to have a center, hot and beating. Something's hollowed you out. In fact, I barely recognize. I'm not sure I like this new you, Gotham. But that's okay. I don't think you're gonna mean much either. My name is Alfred Pennyworth, and I'm here to do some bad things. So good to see you, old friend. I still stalk your favorite. You're a true giant amongst men, Amir. True, but I wouldn't leave your bike out there unless you're asking for trouble. Never. Amir left Kabul during the occupation 20 years ago. He's had me over his apartment many times. I even taught his boys how to play cricket. Sometimes I wonder if he'd invite me back if he knew some of the things I did in that conflict. But he runs the only decent tea shop in Gotham, which is why I keep my things next door. And what a nice hideout. I think he's a firm believer in the Second Amendment with all those guns. You would think he was a madman until you realize he lives in Gotham. But he is attempting to reach his daughter Julia, and she will not pick up any of his calls. Alfred signs into his device and is in contact with a certain someone. We now know that the party animals have been reaping chaos and have single-handedly raised the murder rate 700%, which is absolutely insane. They set fire to a daycare while dancing outside of it. They just need to be sent to hell already. Alfred asks why he was pulled out of Singapore because he was so close to catching the target, but a certain someone needed him in Gotham. No buts about it. He tells him to gather information on them and not to engage in any combat. There's also another player in town who could possibly be cooperating with this gang, and he has the authorization to engage him. They then send possible targets and coordinates to his bike and sign off. What's gotten into you, old man? You're a servant. They ring you, you serve. Whether it's Saigon, Khartoum, or Gotham. And boy, Alfred is freaking heated as his bike is stolen. The steel chain was broken too. He says, and I quote, "I hate this fucking town." He said that from the bottom of his heart. And look at this young lad having a great workout. Very sharp punches and kicks. Seems locked in until this demon walks in. That cannot be Bruce Wayne, because why the hell is he built like Bane? Dude is quite literally a freaking monster. He tells little bro to move and sends the punching bag flying. And if you've ever used one, do you know the amount of strength you need in order to move a punching bag? Bro, this dude is basically Superman at this point. Here we have a flashback of a conversation between Bruce and his father as they seem to be on a field trip, having some nice bonding time. His father is trying to instill some lion mentality into him, but you know, Bruce just cracks jokes. His dad asks him if he's excited to come to the movies where he met his mother for the first time, and all of a sudden we hear a boom! Back to current time, another rumbling happened, but it was Godzilla Bruce destroying the punching bag as it literally bursts. Now y'all gotta kick him out if that's even possible. He apologizes to Waylon, who also seems to be a Godzilla archetype, as he holds a pet alligator while a snake just hangs around his neck. I think I know what type of story this is gonna be. And Bruce asks Waylon if he's really gonna keep hanging with Ozzy, knowing that he's gonna get busted any day now. Waylon then asks why he hasn't showed up to poker because it's been months. Eddie, Harvey, and Oz are gonna show up, and to sweeten the deal, he's attempting to get Selena to come. But Bruce sternly rejects the offer. Waylon asks what's wrong with him and that family belongs at home. We see a picture of what seems to be the crew all together as kids, which is absolutely crazy when you think about how differently their paths become. Look at Gotham's underbosses. having an insanely productive meeting. They even have an EDM DJ who's probably going crazy on the aux. It seems like this alien dude name is Roman, who is the big shot of the party animal. Mr. Maroney and Mr. Falcone explain to him that Gotham has rules about killing, and you can't just murder people in masses. Maroney calling his crew the Illuminati is absolutely crazy. And we learn that they collect the masks of dead people or public figures such as Martin Luther King and George Washington. So Illuminati is not really out of the question. Not only do they have the faces of icons, but Falcone's cousin and Sal's brother. They are in complete shock, but now it gets worse because they are both brutally attacked and next to be on the face mask list. And look at our boy Goliath Bruce, who never fails to have a tough fit pick. Our levels are off the chart as Gotham is in absolute shambles due to the amount of murders being committed by the Animal Party, and Mayor Jim Gordon requests that an emergency town meeting must happen tonight because this group needs to be stopped. Boy, are they cooking the mess out of Gordon. How is this his fault that Gotham's Illuminati can't be contained? One man points that they gave him a chance because he was once a cop, and at least under the last mayor, police weren't getting knocked off by the dozen. And as everyone is complaining to them, the party animals seem to be getting ready to shoot up the town meeting. But of course, our boy Alfred has eyes on them. He asks if he can engage, but is immediately shut down as his orders are only to observe. And yeah, I couldn't imagine being mayor in real life, let alone becoming the mayor of Gotham City. That's an absolute nightmare. The cops are useless and even the National Guards can't do shit. And boy Bullock is tired of everybody going at Gordon. He's ready to slide on some civilians. And a certain lovely lady comes in to the defense of Gordon, and in the middle of her "we shall overcome" speech, a huge bang is heard. As the party animals have infiltrated the scene, they wasted no time and immediately start firing bullets, and down goes Gordon. Barbara is there to check on him, but he tells her to quickly evacuate the people and not to worry about him. As they hide in the nearest room, moving all the people there, ready to take on the party animals as they are just outside the doors, one of the cops look through the blinds to see that there's an army of them outside. So Barbara suggests that they should attack them and secure the front of the building, but our boy Bruce pulls up out of nowhere. Alfred lets headquarters know that another player has just arrived, in which he has signaled the green light to finally engage in combat. The perpetrators are stunned by his aura and realize that the Dark Knight has arrived and starts raining shots on him. This pose is absolutely disrespectful. And my god, this dude quite literally looks like the Colossal Titan. This Bruce looks like he could take on Zeus if he needed to. His girth and tonnage is just on another level. And he's just tossing them around as if they're nothing. This is equivalent to a senior in high school fighting a few 6th graders. This pose is actually crazy. You can't be this big and this elusive. Bro's defied the laws of physics, and this dude Alfred has a sniper ready for the other player. And Alfred is absolutely glazing Mr. Wayne's fighting ability, and to be honest, I can't even blame him. It looks like a massacre just occurred and not one single soul is dead, but they definitely look lifeless. And wow, Bruce has finally met his match as the party animals have a Goliath of their own. And he looks freaking shredded. Dude's been hanging out with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He attacks Bruce and his hand is immediately sliced off. What the actual hell? This dude actually can't be stopped. I think I'm afraid. And this guy pulls out his domain expansion and the whole gang starts running away. But that's exactly what Alfred wanted as he sets a trap and detonates a bomb, sending all the minions flying. Alfred then points his DC-34 automatic shotgun at Bruce's head and tells him that he could easily blow his brains out. Dude turns around and sends Alfred flying. He then pins Alfred on the ground using the same shotgun and knocks him out unconscious for just a couple of seconds so he can flee the scene. Story shifts over to see our guy Bruce just being a regular guy working an engineering job. At a young age, he was an extremely smart boy with inventions way beyond the average thoughts of a normal kid, winning an engineering award in the 5th grade by creating a carmobile based on the anatomy of a bat wing. This man Alfred has been keeping very close tabs on Brucey Poo. He was a good kid until his dad was shot and killed on their field trip to the Gotham Zoo. Like, of course, there would be a shooting on a field trip in Gotham. Very on brand. After this tragic event, he began to lash out to the point of getting arrested, but found himself once again later and started to play football for his local university. Alfred wonders why he stopped playing considering he was good enough to go pro, but realized that he might be saving his body for long nights. With his studies in applied mechanics, chemistry, criminal psychology, military theory, and sociocultural history, with his relevant work experience in the Department of Water, City Hall, Power Grid, and then back to engineering, he has gone on to become some type of crusader. But Alfred recognizes that the weakness in crusaders is, of course, his mother, and Alfred thinks about shooting him right on the spot, but he has just a little bit of a heart. Also, he knows what it's like not being able to talk to someone very dear to him. But Alfred is not done with him, as he finds Bruce's hideout, which is the top floors of buildings owned by companies and oligarchs who never use them, and he found out about this probably because he worked for them. He is looking for Bruce but ends up meeting Goliath Batman, and geez Louise. Dude brought a shotgun to a fight ready to blow Alfred's brains out. He pulls the trigger and Alfred is down for the count, and we learn that it is a non-lethal shotgun because I was a little afraid that he might have killed our guy. Bruce skirts away on his motorcycle, which looks kind of familiar. Oh wait, Bruce took his bike. That's tough. Oh my goodness.